Hey guys, what's up? Shin0555 here. It's Sunday, so we're back making another drawing video. This video is on Fleetway Super Sonic from the Fleetway Sonic the comic. That's the British one if you're unfamiliar. And this video was requested by J-Rock's Art Productions. Thank you so much for the request. I actually believe I did at least one video on Fleetway, but we drew him in more of a modern Sonic style. This is Fleetway in his like kind of comic appearance as more of like a classic Sonic style. So yeah, anyway, so we're gonna be drawing Fleetway. That's pretty much it. And thank you again, J-Rocks, for the request. So without further ado, get your pencils ready, and oh, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Really helps me out. Alright, that's all I need to say. So get your pencils ready and let's jump in. Alright guys, so to start off, what we're going to do is draw a nice, decent sized circle. This is going to be his head. And keep it light, just gesture it in. And then once we got that big circle, we're going to draw another pretty much the same size circle right underneath. This is going to be his body. Then we're going to get a nice big circle right about here. This is going to be his fist. He's going to have another fist that's going to be right here, so that'll be another big circle. And then he's going to have a line going kind of like a U shape here for his legs. And then we'll get a circle for his like sock, and then another big circle for his shoe. And then kind of same thing down here like that. So that's pretty much all you need for the gesture. So we're going to jump in here. And if you want to, you can draw on the crosshairs. They'd be something like this. So you're going to get a line going across like that. Another one going across like that. But what we're going to do is we're going to start off with his nose. And I'm sorry, the phone's ringing in the background. Hopefully that doesn't get picked up. So to draw on his nose, we're going to just start about here, a little bit below the crosshairs. And we're going to just draw a nice big circle like this. So, yeah, you get a nice big, or not a circle, an oval. The phone finally stopped ringing. Okay, I'll stop being distracted now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to draw a nice big curve line. So it's start here, and it's going to curve over and then down like that. And then here it's going to kind of curve up and then curve down, kind of wrap around, and then here we're going to curve it up and then over like that. And now for this line, or this side, we're going to pretty much get the same thing, curve line going down like that. And then we're going to get a curve line going up right about here. And now we're just going to wrap it around, kind of hug this circle that we have here like this. Perfect. And now we can draw in his mouth since we're here. And his mouth's pretty simple. What we're going to do is start right about here and just draw a nice big curve line that curves down like that. And then it's going to go into like kind of this oval egg shape and then curve into here. So you want this line to extend out and then this line to curve in it like that. And now we could draw in his teeth. I like to start with the middle tooth here. And you just draw basically just a big triangle. And then you just draw like kind of series of triangles off that. Probably fit one more in there. And you want to make them kind of like different sizes. So you want like one long one, maybe like one or two short ones, just to kind of make it look more like feral. And then also you can kind of just shade the in between the teeth in here like that. Very easy. And now we could just jump back to his nose real quick and just draw the light reflections. And how to do that, you just get a nice oval and a little circle right underneath it like that. So it kind of looks like an exclamation mark almost. And then just shade in around it. Very simple. Alrighty, so that's basically his muzzle. Now we could go into his eyes, and his eyes are pretty easy. What I like to do is start off with kind of like a little circle, like right here. Again, keep this light, we're not like drawing it in, it's just to help us get started. And then from this circle, what we're going to do is kind of get like this C shape that goes around it like this, and then it's going to go up and then over. And then what we're going to do is get a curved line that curves in like that. And then we're going to get a line that bumps down and kind of goes over and up, and then curves into the muzzle like that. And now we can draw in his eyes. His eyes are actually pretty fun to draw in. If you want to, you can kind of gesture in like the little dots where the center is going to be, there, like that. And then all you're going to do is you're going to draw this kind of oval. In this, the one that goes around his eye, like here, you're going to want to keep like a little bit of a space. So you don't want it like completely connected. You want there to be like a little gap in the corner there. And then what you're going to do is just draw a bunch of ovals around that oval, like getting bigger. Because he has like those crazy like cartoon eyes. Because again, Fleetway Sonic is evil. Or at least his supersonic form is evil. Fleetway Sonic himself isn't. A little bit of a jerk though. So there you go. Got his crazy eyes going. And then from there we could actually go into his head. I like starting off with his eyebrows because it leads into like his spikes. So we're going to gesture in his eyebrow by drawing a line going over and then across and kind of curving into the eye here. And then you're going to get another one that goes right here and it's going to curve down like that. And then all you want to do is kind of add spikes to it. So you're going to just follow that line. We're going to put a spike here and then probably one more right about there, like that. And then here we're just going to go off, go into a spike, maybe like one more, and then just curve down and in like that. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and now we can kind of draw in his head shape, or like his spikes. So what we're going to do is they kind of go out here and then kind of curve down like that. I'm just gesturing it in, so it goes up, curves down, kind of in, and then you get that like super one where his like top spike goes down, but the side spikes kind of curve up like that. But since we have this shape in, we can just kind of go into detail here. And we're going to start here, draw a line going out, and we're going to get one really kind of like long spike that goes in like that. And now here we can pretty much keep it this shape, so it's going to go over, curve down, and then over again. And we're going to stop right about here because we're actually going to draw in his ear now because his ear kind of overlaps it. And instead of his ear being up here like it should, it's kind of like down here. So to draw that in, basically what you're going to do is just draw a nice sharp triangle like this. And then you're going to draw a triangle again, but this one's going to hug it and it have a bottom. So this one, the outside triangle doesn't have a bottom, the inside triangle does. And then you'd see a little bit of his ear over here, which would just be a spike jutting out like that. And now that we got that down, his second spike will just kind of go down, kind of curve up, and it'll be a little bit straighter. So it'll go down, up, straight line going up, straight line going down, and then kind of over. And we're going to just stop right about here because his hand's kind of in front of everything. But that's pretty much it for his face and head. So let's just jump into the fist because it's kind of like the first thing that kind of jumps out here. So this is actually a good placement for it, where we have this circle. So what we're going to do here is give us a little bit more guidelines. So when you draw a fist, the knuckles go in like an arc. So it's going to go in like an arc like here. So to draw that in, we're going to draw a nice circle for the first knuckle, a second circle for the next one, and another one, and another one. And you want them to go in this arc because you don't want them to go straight across. The hand kind of goes in like an arc. All right, and then we're going to get an oval here for his thumb. And that's pretty much all we really need to do to start drawing the hand. So what I like to start drawing with is his thumb, actually. So we're going to start right about here and just draw a curve line that curves down like that. So a nice sharp curve. I should zoom in a little bit. Nice sharp curve. And then we're going to curve it over about here. And it's going to straighten out around here. And then curve in. And then over, and then kind of curve into like this knuckle about here. And we're going to just take a little break off the thumb and kind of draw on the rest of the fingers. So this finger, so like this one right here, is going to start right about here. Or if you want to, you can kind of draw like little ovals where the fingers are going to be, if that helps you visualize it a little bit better. But this finger is going to be in front of like the other ones. So we're going to start right about here. And you just draw a line that curves in and then quickly dips out and then over like that. So you get kind of like a little bit like an S curve. And then here it's just going to go out and then just slightly curve in a little bit like that. Actually, this curve is too extreme. Keep it a little bit more in line with something like that. I just made it a little bit less extreme. So there you go. And then we're going to get right here, we're going to get a curve line that curves up. And now the knuckles is going to be a little bit separate from this line. So it'll start here and just kind of curve up, over, across, down, and then in like that. And you kind of want to keep it angular, so like kind of more straight lines than curved lines, just to make it look like a harder shape. And then here you see a little bit of this knuckle. It's going to curve out, over, down, and then kind of like curve in like that. And then there'd be a curve line connecting these two lines. This line would extend a little bit past it. And then here we're just going to get a curve line that starts here and then goes down. And then one more that goes down and then over like that. And then the pinky would be right about here. And what we could do here is just draw a nice little bump for this knuckle, and then one more bump for that one, and this one curves in and over. So again, I hope it's not too complicated. I'm sure if you're like following along, I don't feel like I'm explaining it very clearly with words, but as long as you're following along the video, I think you can draw a shape like this. It shouldn't be too bad. And after you get that fist done, you can actually draw like the cuff part of his glove, which you'd see a little bit of, and just kind of start about here, bump out, kind of just curve around and over like that. And that's pretty good. Now we could draw in his body, which his body's super simple, so there's nothing to worry about here. It's just this nice big circle that goes underneath him like this. And then what you're going to do here is start about here and just draw a nice smaller circle on the inside here for his stomach. But again, very simple, nothing too crazy to draw. Alright, now we're going to jump into this hand because this is like the next hardest part. So his arm would go out here, so you get two parallel lines that go out kind of like this, about there. And then what you're going to want to do is draw a nice little curve line that intersects the two like this. And we're going to go straight into kind of like the cuff part, and then we'll go into his hand. And his hand over here is a lot easier. So to go do the cuff part, we'll start with a curve line that goes around. And it's going to dip in, kind of curve inwards and then up like that. And we're going to get another curve line that curves over and in like this. Now we could start here and draw a line curving up, over. It's going to have like a little bit of like a triangle shape, but it's going to bump down and then go in about there. And then for his fist, basically you could just draw like an oval here and then maybe like a circle here, and that's pretty much all you need because it's going to make a shape like this. So what we're going to do here is start about right here on the glove, and we're just going to draw a curve line that wraps around, kind of follows this oval that we have, and it's going to curve over and then up like that. So you get a nice curve line that goes over and up, and then from this curve line you're going to get like a little triangle that goes off. This is like the end of his thumb. And then here what we're going to do is get the finger, and it's going to be curved like around. So to draw that in, we're going to draw a line going up, and then curve it up, over, and then in like that. And then we're going to get a little bump here, and then it'll straighten out and go across. And if you want to, you can kind of draw like a little curved line here, like that for the knuckle. And then one curved line in like the middle of this line here, just to show the finger bending in. But that's pretty much all there is to the hand. So now you got that down, we could draw in the legs here. And legs are super simple, very similar to the arm that we have here. What you're going to do is draw two parallel lines that curve down like that. And then we might as well just draw these two. You just want them curving down like that. And then very similar to the cuff part of the glove, actually pretty much exactly the same. A curve line that intersects those two lines like this. And then here we're going to get a curve line that goes over, dips in and around like this, and this one will curve up and then over like that. And then here we're going to get a line that kind of like bumps out, kind of curves down, over, and then connects in right about there. And then for the shoe, it's basically this kind of like, almost like an egg. Kind of looks like an egg. Egg shape like that. And then all you need to do is draw in 2 curved lines like this for the strap. And you're good. And now for this line, we get 2 curved lines that go down. And then we get that curved line that intersects those two. And then here we're going to get a curved line that goes over, down, and then kind of into like a check mark almost, like that. And here we go over, kind of dip in, out, and then in like that. Erase this line. And now here it's going to go down, over, and then kind of curve up and in. Kind of want to extend that out a little bit more. Again, this is why you draw light, so when you do make mistakes or things you just don't like, you can erase it and do it again, like that. And now for this shoe, it's pretty much going to be that egg shape, but a little bit straighter on the back, so we're going to get a line going down here. Kind of like, it kind of goes into like an L, and then just kind of curves around and in, like that. And then here we'll just get those 2 parallel lines for the strap. And then here we're just going to get a little rectangle that hugs the bottom of the shoe. And the last thing we need to draw in is his tail, and his tail is super easy. It's going to start right at the bottom here, and just be a curved line curving in like this, and then start a little bit before this line ends and go into like a spike there, like that, and then just curve up. And that is how you draw Fleetway Super Sonic. Yep, and more of like how he looks like in the actual comic instead of like a more modern take on him. So I will put the sketch we just did up there. I will put the inked version I did beforehand up there as well. And we can take a peek at both of them. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how you draw Fleetway Super Sonic. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you can draw him. If you have any questions, feel free to write it in the comment section below. I'll try my best to help you out there. And if you guys have requests, I do take them. All you need to do is just request what you want in the comment section below. And thank you again, J-Rock's Art Productions, for requesting Fleetway here. So anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, thanks, bye. Later.